I want to talk about judgment. If this was a live audience, it'd probably be this groaning. It's like, oh no, not judgment. It's not a pleasant human quality. Okay, we've probably experienced both sides of judgment, right? We've probably noticed ourselves judging other people, and then we've also noticed other people judging us. Neither are pleasant or attractive. And so today I mostly want to focus on us judging other people. Okay, and I want to start with, well, what is judgment? At least in context of this video, I'm going to say that it's taking part of ourselves that I'm not able to accept, part of myself that I'm not able to accept, okay, about myself or about the world, something I'm not able to accept, and then it's projecting it onto another person or situation or group of people, or it could be a race or a gender or a business or a corporation and or a country, and so it's taking something about me that I'm not able to accept and projecting it on to someone else. Okay. And so the thing I want to work with today is that my premise is that when we work with judgment, most of you are now aware, a lot of you watching this video are probably noticing yourself judging other people. And cool for you. That's not an easy thing to accept in yourself, that you're judging other people. It's not very compassionate. It's not very spiritual. And you're owning it and you're saying, yeah, you're noticing it. Wow, I just judged the hell out of that person. Not cool. But to me, that's only kind of going halfway, and at that level, it's really hard to resolve it, right? If you've ever tried to stop judging people at that level, it's really hard, if not impossible. In order to do that, we've got to take it the second half and we have to look at, like, why am I judging this other person or this other group of people? What is the cause of this? Okay. And the good thing about looking at the why of it and the cause of it is two things, actually. We're able to resolve it. This is once we understand the why, we can heal that thing in ourselves, and then the judgment kind of falls away and resolves itself. And the other thing is, it's an opportunity, okay, to learn something about ourselves. And usually it's not a fun thing, but if I learn that I feel whatever, if I'm envious or something, I can heal that thing in me and I can own it and I can work with it. And so it's an opportunity. So it's really cool. This is really about looking at deeper, like, why am I judging? So we can resolve it and we can grow from it. Okay, so I want to talk about a couple of different ways that we judge. And one of them is probably the most common, if you will. It's taking something about myself that I can't accept and projecting it onto another person. So say it's selfishness, okay, and like that person is so selfish, and I say I have a spiritual belief that it's not okay to be selfish, that selfish is bad, and then I say that person is selfish, and I'm not able to accept that I'm selfish, and so of course the way to resolve this is to bring it back home to me. Okay, it's if I say that person is so selfish, it's like red flag, or there's an opportunity here that, like, maybe there's something in me that's got an issue with selfish. And the one way is that maybe I'm selfish in a way still. I have some residual selfishness, okay? And then I can go in and own that about myself. And usually when we work with it and accept it and notice it and heal it, then the selfishness diminishes, and then the judgment also kind of falls away. Another variation is, it's more about it. The person outside of us reminds us of someone that's been abusive, or that's perpetrated or violated us or judged us or whatever else, and the person reminds us of that. And so this is almost more like a trigger in trauma, right? We see the person, I was mistreated by someone, abused by someone, then someone comes along that has those same qualities, and it kind of triggers, and then it's like that person is bad and wrong, and so here again there's an opportunity for healing. If we go like, rather than saying that that person is abusive, it's like, okay, so why do I have such an issue with that person being abusive? Because he's just like my perpetrator, just like my father or my ex or whatever else, my whoever. And then here we can bring that back home, and then we can heal the trauma. Maybe we get a trauma therapist, or we talk to somebody about it. We do some inquiry, do some healing, and we can go and we can heal that trauma. And what happens is, once we heal the trauma, then the judgment of, we don't necessarily like abusive people still, but they don't trigger us as much. And we just get to see, well, that's not someone I want to hang out with, but it's not like freaking me out to be around them. So that's the second type. Another type, again, is like when someone outside of us kind of exemplifies or kind of acts in a way of something we're not allowing ourselves. It's a way of being that we're not allowing ourselves. Like maybe they're just having a lot of fun and enjoying life, and then it's just like something that maybe I work all the time, and they're going to Hawaii, and it's just like they ski, they're a ski bum, or they whatever, and it's just like, then it's like, well, they suck because it's showing us something that we're not allowing in ourselves. And this one's really powerful. When we bring that home, we can look, it's like, wow, maybe I should create some more room for whatever it is, for skiing or going to Hawaii, or having fun or having downtime. It's like, maybe I should enjoy life more, okay? And allow myself, maybe I should allow myself to be more spiritual, or be more, fun-loving, or more sexual, or more musical, or more like maybe I should allow myself more of life. And this person is an opportunity to say, okay, well, it's like you can go in and allow yourself to awaken that in yourself. And the other one, the last one I want to talk about, there are many of these, but the last one I want to talk about today is more of like almost a moralistic one. And so it's like the person is doing something that I believe is not okay to do. Okay, it's not okay in my world to be that way or do that thing. Okay, and these overlap, of course, a little bit too. But this is kind of like, often the cause of this is when we're trying to find what I talked about a couple weeks ago. We're trying to find our personal ethics about the way that we want to be, like what's ethical for me. And then often what happens is we don't finish and really like make peace with and like decide upon our personal ethics. So they're still unclear. And then when we're not clear of what our personal ethics are, there's a tendency to project them onto other people. It's almost like when we proselytize or try to talk someone into something, it's almost like if I can talk them into it, maybe I believe it more myself. And so the person's acting, and it's like, that's not an acceptable way to be. And then that's a sign of like, oh, well, maybe I'm not clear on what my ethics are. So now I'm being a little more moralistic and telling other people how to be. And so, of course, the opportunity here is to bring that back home and just saying, okay, well, I need to get clear on this, and I need to realize that this is my ethic, and it doesn't have to be everybody else's. So these are some ways that maybe working with judgment can do a couple of things. It can heal things in yourself. You can grow. You can become more self-aware. You can become, ironically, more compassionate once you accept these things in ourselves. And then also it's a ways that you can resolve the judgment and then be less judgmental, more compassionate, enjoy life more. So that is my video for this week. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoy your week, and that maybe you just have the idea, if you do notice yourself judging someone, it's just maybe ask you, what about that person am I not able to accept in myself, and see if that inquiry goes anywhere, and brings some value to your life. Anyway, I will see you in a week.